You are watching viewer-supported New Hampshire Public Television.
Union General, whose army burned Atlanta in November. We have Mike of Salem.
Sherman.
William Tecumseh Sherman is correct for 10 points. Whistle, end of game, and that's our final score, Salem. Probably didn't know that, but that's what you do. You pick with your plectrum for 10 points. Yes, for 10 points.
YPOCHONDRIAC.
That is correct for 10 points.
Hokkaido and Kyushu.
I only needed 2, and the first 2 were right. That's good. Joel Chandler Harris, whistle, end of game.
From the studios of Channel 11 in Durham, this is Granite State Challenge, a weekly competition of quick recall between 2 of New Hampshire's high schools. Granite State Challenge is made possible by grants from Drexel Burnham Lambert Incorporated, who is pleased to support education in New Hampshire, and Merrill Lynch and Company. Merrill Lynch has securities brokerage offices in Concord and Manchester. Additional support is provided by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of New Hampshire, the company which 3 generations of New Hampshire people have looked to for all their health care protection needs. Featured today, Timberlane Regional High School and Winnisquam Regional High School.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jim Janot, and welcome to another edition of the Granite State Challenge. This is week 2 of a brand new season. 2 more teams ready to do battle. The winner hoping to move on right on into our championship game come next spring. A reminder, our program features the quick recall of factual information and does not necessarily reflect on the true academic ability of our students or of the schools they represent. Well, let's show you where our 2 teams are from for this game this evening. First of all, we have Timberlane Regional High School from Plastow, located in the southeastern portion of the state. And also we have Winnesquam Regional High School from Tilton in the center of the Granite State. Those are the 2 teams participating tonight. Now let's meet the contestants. First of all, the Owls of Timberlane Regional High School.
Hello, my name is Wendy Walsh and I'm a senior.
Hello, my name is Brian Murphy and I'm a senior.
Hello, my name is Charles Snow and I'm a senior.
Hi, I'm Craig Dahlquist and I'm a senior.
And also with us this evening is Patricia McDonough, the coach, and the alternates, Ellen Scacciatelli and Dave Paradis. And they are the Owls from Timberlane Regional High School. And now let us meet the opponents of the Winnisquam, the Timberlane team, the team from Winnisquam Regional High School.
Hi, I'm Barry Livingstone and I'm a senior.
Hi, I'm Lee Ackerson and I'm a senior.
Hi, I'm Ross Phelps and I'm a senior.
Hi, I'm Robert Sandville and I'm a senior.
And also with us this evening, the coach of the team, Steve Tessler, and the alternates, Becky Tangway, Dennis Paquette, and Nick Moorhead. And they are the Bears of Winnisquam Regional High School. Well, we play our game in 4 rounds, 10-point toss-up, a bonus round, a 60-second round, and then the finale, another 10-point toss-up round. We'll tell you all about it as we go through the evening. But round number 1, teams from Timberlane and Winnisquam, 10-point toss-up questions. Here we go, and good luck to you. For 10 points, in a speech at Fulton, Missouri in 1946, this statesman declared an iron curtain has descended across the continent. Name him. Robert of Winnisquam.
Harry Truman.
Timberlane? Craig?
Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
It was Winston Churchill. Winston Churchill. For 10 points. What element is found in almost all acids? Robert of Winnisquam.
Hydrogen.
Hydrogen is correct for 10 points. All right. Here we go for another 10-point toss-up. Who authored the immortal story of Dracula? Robert of Winnisquam.
Bram Stoker.
Yes, Bram Stoker is correct. Another 10-pointer. In analytical geometry, the x-value of a coordinate plane is called what? Ross of Winnisquam.
The abscissa.
Abscissa is correct for another 10 points. For our 10 points teams, members of the Jewish religion attend their ceremonies wearing skull caps, which are called what? Robert of Winnisquam.
Yarmulke.
Yarmulke is correct for another 10 points. All right, a 10-pointer. Here we go. The white pine is a populous tree in New Hampshire. During colonial times, this tree was in great. We have Ross of Winnisquam.
Chestnut.
Can repeat it all for Timberlane. The white pine is a populous tree in New Hampshire. During colonial times, this tree was in great demand. What was it used for? Craig.
The masts of sailing ships.
Yes, the mast for the Royal Navy is correct for 10 points. All right, you're on the board, Timberlane. Here we go. For 10 points, there are about 1.5 gallons of blood in the average human adult. How many pints of blood is that? We have Barry of Winnesquam.
8 pints.
Timberlane, Craig.
6 pints.
12 pints. 12 points. For 10 points, the Declaration of Independence was drafted in 1776. When was the U.S. Constitution written, Robert of Winnisquam?
1787.
Yes, 1787 for 10 points. According to Colbert's theory of mercantilism, does a colony exist for the good of the colonists? We have Ross of Winnisquam.
It exists for the good of the mother country.
The mother country or the merchants? The mother country is correct. All right, for the first time tonight, teams, let's take a look at the monitor here in the studio. What is the greatest common factor of 6a squared, b cubed? We have Charles of Timberlane.
3a squared.
3a squared is correct for 10 points. 10-point toss-up, teams. Name the unusual semi-tropical fish whose male of the species incubates the young. Ross of Winnisquam.
Seahorse.
Seahorse is right for 10. Another 10-pointer. What Eastern European nation was invaded by the Soviet Union in We have Robert of Winnisquam.
Hungary.
Can repeat it all for Timberlane. What Eastern European nation was invaded by the Soviet Union in 1968? Brian.
Afghanistan.
Say again.
Afghanistan.
Czechoslovakia. Czechoslovakia for 10 points. What do astronomers call the apparent backward motion of a planet? They call it retrograde motion. Retrograde motion for 10 points. West Virginia used to be a part of Virginia. For what reason did the two separate? We have Robert of Winnisquam.
West Virginia wanted to fight on the Union side in the Civil War, and Virginia didn't.
That is correct. West Virginia seceded from Virginia when Virginia seceded from the Union. Another 10-pointer. On January 5th, 1914, this American manufacturer established a $5 a day minimum wage. We have Charles of Timberlane.
Ford Motor Company.
Say again?
The Ford Motor Company.
Judges, Ford Motor Company. Henry Ford is the answer we're looking for. You're right for 10 points. All right, here we go. Still in round number 1 of tonight's game. New Hampshire has only 18 miles of seacoast. Within that, there are only a few sandy beaches. Name any 3 of them. Wendy of Timberlane.
Hampton, Rye, and Seabrook.
Yes, is correct. Northampton, Genesee, Wallace Sands, and Newcastle being the others. You are right. A 10-pointer. When cooled to within 25 degrees of absolute zero, some substances, we have Ross of Winnisquam.
Superconductivity.
Superconductivity is what we're looking for, giving rise to a property known as what? Superconductivity for 10 points. Who is the main male character of the novel Wuthering Heights? Judges? Heathcliff. Heathcliff, the buzzer beat you, Ross, sorry. For 10 points. Name the lowest degree of modification of an adjective. Positive. Positive. Who holds the World Series records for the most home runs? 18. We have Robert of Winnisquam.
Mickey Mantle.
And the most runs batted in with 40. Mickey Mantle is correct. And there's a whistle ending a very fast-paced first round, and Winnisquam jumping out to the early lead after round number 1 by a score of 100-40. And before we head into round 2, which is our bonus round, we'll take a brief time out to learn a little bit more about the Owls of Timberlane Regional High School in this presentation prepared by Phil Conrad.
Welcome to Timberlane Regional High School. Built in 1966, we serve the 4 southeastern communities of Atkinson, Danville, Plastow, and Sandown. Timberlane offers a diverse curriculum ranging from college preparatory through vocational courses. We provide classes in liberal arts, the sciences, computer education, mathematics, business, and physical and health education, which are designed to meet the needs of all our students. We offer a wide variety of sports and co-curricular activities, including our award-winning band, state champion wrestling team, and successful academic decathlon team. Owl spirit is strong, and participation in these and other activities is excellent, providing Timberlane students with an opportunity to become involved in their school and community.
And we welcome everybody from Timberlane Regional High School to our telecast this evening. Right now, your team trailing just a little bit after round number 1, 100-40, but we come into round 2, which is our bonus round. Still 10-point toss-up question, but the team that identifies the question correctly will then have a chance at bonus points. So it's a big round, Winnisquam and Timberlane, and here we go for a 10-point toss-up. During the Civil War, paper money was issued to help finance the war. What was the popular name for these bills? We have Barry of Winnesquam.
Greenbacks.
Greenbacks is correct for 10 points. All right, Winnisquam, your first chance at the bonus. Your categories are language, arts, social studies, or religion. Social studies it will be. You can talk among yourself. Captain Robert, you give me the answer. For 5 points each, identify each of the following phrases, all having the word American in them. A perennial plant bearing large, long-stemmed crimson flowers. Robert?
American plant.
American beauty. A group of labor unions of the United States and Canada founded in 1886, which merged with the Congress of Industrial Organizations in 1955.
American Federation of Labor.
For 5 points. An organization of veterans of the United States Armed Forces founded in 1919.
American Foreign Legion.
American Legion is correct. 10 out of the 15 on the bonus. All right, we'll go with the 10-point toss-up teams. Jefferson, Adams, and Franklin were among the leaders of the American Revolution. Who are the 3 greatest leaders of the French Revolution? We have Barry of Winnisquam.
Danton, Robespierre, and Napoleon.
Timberlane. Danton, Robespierre, and Marat. For 10 points. When you were very young, you may have read a book by H.A. Ray about a little monkey whose inquisitiveness, we have Ross of Winnisquam.
Curious George.
What was the little monkey's name? Curious George is correct for 10 points. All right, Winnisquam, language, arts, religion, and science.
Science.
Science it will be. Answer these questions about space travel. Who was the first American in space?
Alan B. Shepard.
For 5 points. Who was the first American to orbit the Earth?
John Glenn.
For 5 points. What major special event happened on July 20th, 1969?
Neil Armstrong was the first man to walk on the moon.
15 out of 15 on the bonus. I have a 10-point toss-up teams. 2 answers are needed to earn the 10 points. Precipitation is but one of 3 stages in the hydrologic cycle that provides a continuous exchange of water between the atmosphere and the Earth's surface. What are the other 2 processes, Ross of Winnisquam?
Evaporation and condensation.
You got them both for another 10 points. All right, Bears, here we go. Language, arts, religion, or literature?
Religion.
Religion it will be. For 5 points each, name the biblical characters associated with each of these famous transactions. He purchased the cave of Machpelah as a burial place for his wife Sarah.
Who knows? Abraham.
Yes, for 5 points. This son of Jacob was sold to the Midianites for 20 pieces of silver.
Joseph.
And for 5 points, who forged the golden calf while Moses was on Mount Sinai?
The Israelites.
Aaron. 10 out of 15 on the bonus. Nicely done. All right, here we go with a 10-point toss-up. NATO was formed because there was a fear of the spread of what in Europe? We have Ross of Winnisquam.
Communism.
Communism is correct for 10 points. All right, Bears, we go again. Language, arts, literature, or geography?
Geography.
Geography. Now locate by state each of the following U.S. deserts. Great Salt Lake.
Utah.
For 5 points. The Painter Desert.
Arizona.
For 5 points. The Sonora Desert.
Nevada.
Arizona or California. 10 out of the 15 again on the bonus. Another 10-point toss-up. What Phrygian slave of the 6th century BC told his short stories through animals who speak and behave like people? We have Ross of Winnisquam.
Aesop.
Aesop is correct for another 10 points. All right, Winnisquam, we'll go again. Language arts, literature, or history?
History.
History it will be. For 5 points each, identify the nationality of these 3 ancient leaders. Pericles.
Greek.
5 points. Ramses II.
Egyptian.
5 points. Caligula.
Roman.
15 out of 15 on the bonus. And there's our whistle ending our bonus round, and Winnisquam has taken advantage to move ahead after round 2, 210-40 over Timberlane. All right, we will just verify those scores, and we'll also be moving on into our new 3rd round, which is a 60-second round. But let's just introduce you to our judges this evening. They are from Bishop Girton High School, Bruce Miller, and from Manchester West High School, Grace Sullivan, and they are the judges for tonight's program. Something new has been added to our program this year, and that is the 60-second round. Each team now will have a chance in 60 seconds to answer up to 10 questions and get 10 points for each correct answer that they give. And with Timberlane trailing, we will give them their first opportunity, and the categories, Timberlane, are pop quiz, chemistry, or World War II. Talk it over, and Craig, tell me what you'd like.
Pop quiz.
Pop quiz, chemistry, or
quiz.
World War II. Pop quiz it will be. You can talk among yourself. Your captain gives me the answer. You got 60 seconds. Start the clock, and here we go. Answer the following questions about soda pop. What soda company is headquartered in Atlanta?
Coca-Cola.
Correct. What orange soda has the same name as a brand of orange?
Sunkist.
Correct. What is always the first ingredient listed under a soda's contents?
Carbonated water.
Correct. Which soda has been endorsed by such people as Michael Jackson, Don Johnson, and Michael J. Fox? Pepsi-Cola. Correct. Which soda claimed caffeine? Never had it, never will.
7-Up.
Correct. What soft drink was once called the real thing?
Coke.
Correct. What does the RC and RC Cola stand for?
Royal Canadian.
Royal Crown. Slice is produced by what company?
Pepsi.
Correct. What is the computer-generated personality that does ads?
Max Headroom.
Correct. Which fast food chain was once owned by the Coca-Cola Company?
Burger King.
Yeah, that is correct. 9 out of the 10 on the bonus on the 60-second round. Nicely done for Timberlane. All right, Winnisquam, you have an opportunity now. Your categories are chemistry or World War II.
World War II.
World War II it will be. Start the clock, and here we go. What political party controlled Germany during the war?
Nazi.
Correct. What 2 countries did Germany take control of before the war began?
Czechoslovakia and the Rhineland.
Judges, no. Austria and Czechoslovakia. What country did Germany invade to cause the war to
Poland.
start? Correct. What other country besides Germany was an Axis power at the start of the war?
Italy.
Correct. What Japanese attack brought America into the war?
Harbor.
Correct. What German general led the Africa Corps?
Rommel.
Correct. What British general defeated the Germans at El Alamein?
Montgomery.
Correct. What date was D-Day?
June 6, 1944.
Correct. What was the last German offensive of the war?
The Battle of the Bulge.
Correct. What plane dropped the atomic bomb on Hiroshima?
The Enola Gay.
The Enola Gay. Correct. 9 out of the 10 on the bonus. Well, not exactly the bonus, the 60-second round, and that's how we played. Pretty much a draw that time. They almost got the bonus extra 10 for 10 out of 10. They each come up with 9 out of 10, and after round 3, it is Winnisquam 300 and Timberlane 130. All right, we'll head right into our 4th and final round in just a moment, but right now a timeout to learn about the Bears of Winnisquam Regional High School in this presentation prepared by Lee Ackerson.
Winnisquam Regional High School is located in Tilton and serves the communities of Tilton, Northfield, and Sanbornton. We have a diverse curriculum consisting of academics, business, and fine arts. Our industrial arts program includes an agriculture class, which is unique in the area. Last spring, the 1987 New Hampshire Coach of the Year, Len Lavin, led our girls' varsity softball team to the Class M finals. Winnisquam's drug awareness program saw the school's 3rd annual chemical-free graduation party and the creation of a chapter of Students Against Drunk Driving in 1987. Other active school clubs include Drama Club, ski club, and student council. With the help of a dedicated faculty and staff, Winnisquam students continue to reach for the stars.
So here we go now into round number 4, fourth and final round. Winnisquam holding on to a 300 to 130 lead. The rest of the way, we are at 10-point toss-up questions. Winnisquam, Timberlane, here we go. For 10 points. Water is classified as hard when it contains certain ions. We have Robert of Winnisquam.
Deuterium or tritium of hydrogen.
Can repeat it all for Timberlane. We won't. Charles of Timberlane.
Iron.
Name one of these kind of ions. Iron is correct for 10 points. The other two being calcium and magnesium. 10-pointer teams. A mathematical function is a rule that assigns to each member of a set A exactly one member of another set B. The set B is called the range. What is the set A, Barry of Winnisquam?
Domain.
Called the domain is right for 10 points. Another 10-pointer. What 3 countries comprise the lowlands in Europe? Ross of Winnisquam.
Belgium, the Netherlands, and Luxembourg.
Yes, all 3. You got them for 10 points. The Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo concluded the Mexican War. What treaty of 1898 ended the Spanish-American War? Ross of Winnisquam.
Treaty of Paris.
Yes, it is the Treaty of Paris. What was the nationality of Hemingway's old man? Ross of Winnisquam.
Cuban.
Cuban it is for another 10 points. Dr. Charles Richter was the pioneering scientist who developed the Richter scale for measuring the intensity. We have Brian of Timberlane. Say again.
Radiation.
Can repeat it all for Winnisquam. Dr. Charles Richter was the pioneering scientist who developed the Richter scale for measuring the intensity of earthquakes. What term is used for the study of earthquake phenomena? Robert.
Seismology.
Seismology is right for 10 points. All right, very quickly, teams, take a look at the monitor in the studio. We have a map, Barry of Winnisquam.
Ohio. And the city capital is Columbus.
Columbus is the capital. The state is Ohio. You got them both. That is correct for 10 points. Another 10-point toss-up. Lake Champlain, Lake George, and Lake Placid. We have Robert of Winnisquam.
They're all in New York. On the border.
We can repeat it all for Timberlane. Lake Champlain, Lake George, and Lake Placid are lakes in what specific mountain range in New York State? Brian.
Appalachians.
The Adirondacks. The Adirondacks. For 10 points, team. Name the famous leader of India who was assassinated. We have Ross of Winnisquam.
Mahatma Gandhi.
On January 30th, 1948 at New Delhi, Mahatma Gandhi is correct for 10 points. IQ, or intelligence quotient, is a measure of intellectual ability. What is considered to be an average? We have Brian of Timberlane. 100, an average IQ score. You're right for 10 points. Another 10-pointer. What German-born physicist was once offered the presidency? Ross of Winnisquam.
Albert Einstein.
Of Israel. Albert Einstein is correct. Another 10-pointer. An anemometer is a scientific instrument. What does it measure? We have Ross of Winnisquam.
Wind speed.
Wind speed is correct for another 10 points. All right, teams, we have just under 3 minutes to play. Let's take a look at the monitor here in the studio. We have Charles of Timberlane.
1.
I guess you're absolutely right. 1, I won't even ask the question. 2 answers are needed to earn 10 points. Astronomers usually classify galaxies into 2 basic categories. Name them. Ross of Winnisquam.
Clusters and Magellanic clouds.
Timberlane, Craig.
Clusters and spirals.
Judges, spirals and elliptical. Elliptical for 10 points. In the government of one European country, communist and Christian Democrats share in decision-making. This historic political alliance is in what country? Barry of Winnisquam.
France.
Timberlane. It is in Italy. In Italy. Just under 2 minutes to play, teams. In the Northern Hemisphere, during which of our 4 seasons is the sun nearest the Earth? Barry of Winnisquam.
Winter.
Winter. That is right around January 2nd, to be exact. Another 10-pointer. He was known as the Swamp Fox during the... We have Ross of Winnisquam.
Francis Marion.
He was General Francis Marion. You are absolutely correct for another 10 points. Another 10-point toss-up as we head into the home stretch of tonight's game. What is the name given to the philosophy that says that physical pleasures are, we have Robert of Winnisquam.
Epicurean.
We can repeat it all for Timberlane. What is the name given to the philosophy that says that physical pleasures are or should be the sole aim in life? Brian of Timberlane.
Humanism.
Hedonism. Hedonism. For 10 points, what inventor died at the Battle of the Alamo? Ross of Winnesquam.
Jim Bowie.
James Bowie is correct, and we have just under 1 minute to play, teams. For another 10-point toss-up, the nutrient that is essential for growth and repair, we have Ross of Winnisquam.
Calcium.
We can repeat it all for Timberlane. The nutrient that is essential for growth and repair of body cells is what? Brian.
Vitamin C.
Protein. Protein. Charles Darnay, Lucy Monet, and Sidney Carton are characters in what novel by Charles Dickens? Ross of Winnisquam.
Oliver Twist.
Timberlane. Brian.
Tale of Two Cities.
You have it. The Tale of Two Cities is correct. And for 10 points, what do the following names have in common? Mackenzie, Huang Ho. We have Ross of Winnisquam.
They're all rivers.
They are all rivers indeed. That is correct for another 10 points. And there's our whistle ending our game, and a fine game for Winnisquam as they'll move into round number 2 with a 430 to 170 win tonight over Timberlane Regional High School. So we say congratulations to the Bears of Winnisquam Regional and to Timberlane. We hope that it was a fun time participating in Granite State Challenge next week. Third week of a brand new season. Be with us as Dover High School takes on Londonderry High School. Until that time, I'm Jim Janot. Good night, everybody.
Coming up next on Channel 11, it's the return of Wonderworks. Tonight's episode, The Fig Tree, is based on a story by Catherine Ann Porter. Stay with us for this heartwarming tale, next on New Hampshire Public Television.
Granite State Challenge is made possible by grants from Drexel Burnham Lambert Incorporated, who is pleased to support education in New Hampshire, and Merrill Lynch and Company. Merrill Lynch has securities brokerage offices in Concord and Manchester. Additional support is provided by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of New Hampshire, the company which 3 generations of New Hampshire people have looked to for all their